In this lecture, we are going to see how we can use MATLAB for plotting various signals. As you know that signal is nothing but the information. So signal contains information. So each type of signal has got different type of information. So you can do signal processing in MATLAB. So for this simulation one purpose, we are just going to see how you can create the simple signals using the commands. Okay, so in actually a software version there are ready-made commands of creating the standard signals. Here in the mobile application we are going to see a simple programs with which you can create the standard signals. Okay, so let me start with the simple one, that is we have seen how you can so you know that there are different types of signals like sine, cosine, exponential signal, your step signal, ramp signal, then impulse signal, parabolic function. These all functions have got some kind of information. Okay, so you can generate it in MATLAB. Okay, so let me show you. First of all, start with the step function. So let me first run it. So you can see over here that this is the step function. You know that what is the meaning of step? Steps are nothing but the stairs. How they look? They look like this. Okay, each step look like this. So as the name represents, the step signal looks like a step. So how you can generate it in a MATLAB? Just by using a simple command. So the command is Heaviside. So you know that Heaviside unit step function. So unit means if the magnitude is 1, then you can call it as Heaviside unit step function. You can also increase the magnitude, but here the function is Heaviside. So here the first statement is clear. Also we have cleared all the uh, uh, the contents in the command window, all the variables. Okay, so CLF, as I have mentioned in the previous lecture, CLF is a command which clears the figure window so that that blackboard of figures is clear, and now you are ready with plotting the new figures. Okay, so then step function, you can just give any kind of uh, t array. So you can just give any kind of array from t starts from 0 to 20 in the steps of 0.001. Let us decrease it. So from 0 to 20 in the steps of 0.1 means first point will be 0, then 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 up to 20. So it will take these many readings and it will plot the below function. What is the function? Function is saved in variable y. Y is equal to Heaviside t. So Heaviside is the command which is used to plot the step function. So it is plotting the step function. So Heaviside of t. So I will explain this term. So first of all, let me explain the plot. So plot, inside plot command, you know that you have to mention what is on x-axis and what is on y-axis. So inside plot command you have mentioned what is on x-axis. What is on x-axis? It is t. So array of t is on x-axis from 0 to 20 in the steps of 0.1, and on y-axis is your function Heaviside of t. So let me run it and let me show you. So this has, just click on this figure, it has shown me the step function which is starting from the 0. So you cannot actually see clearly in this. So it is actually starting like this and it is going like this. You can see it. So it is making the shape of step and it starts from 0. So it is showing like this. Let me edit it. So if I want to start it from 2, then I will write heavy side t minus 2, then it will start from 2. Let me yes, so this step function is starting from 2, it is taking the step, and then it is giving me the answer. Okay, so it is giving me the high output. So now it looks like a step which starts from 2. So if you want to start it from positive x-axis, then you have to write heavy side of t minus 2, t minus 5. And if you want to start it from negative side of x-axis, then you have to write heavy side of t plus 1, t plus 2, and so on. So all in all, you can plot step function, and the plot command gives you the continuous plot. So this is continuous plot, but you can also plot the discrete plot. So let me show you what is discrete plot. Discrete, sorry, instead of discrete, let me write stem of t comma y. So the function of stem is just same as plot function, but the thing is it will give you the answer in discrete format. Okay, yes, now you can see here that from 0 to 2 it is giving me this answer, and from this it is taking a step and it is giving me the output. So what all these represents? These represents the points that you have taken. So you must be knowing the basic difference between continuous plot and discrete plot. You know that in continuous plot you are taking all the readings from 0 to 0.0001, 0.0002, all the points. But in case of discrete signal or discrete plot, you just take some readings, you take few readings. Okay, so you can write or you can draw your plot in discrete format by using the command stem, STEM, and you have to just write it in the same way as the plot function. Okay, so plot gives you continuous graph and stem gives you discrete plot, right? Then let me explain the next function to you. Ramp function. Okay, so now let me first run it and show you. Yes, so here you can see that the first graph represents the ramp signal. Ramp signal is nothing but a signal starting from origin, and it looks like a ramp. You know that the ramp for cleaning the vehicle. Okay, it is not that much having slope, but in this case you can just a ramp signal is nothing but a signal which is starting from the origin, and it looks like this. So first graph is ramp signal with continuous plot, and this is discrete plot, right? Then what else? So how I managed to plot the two graphs in the same window? You guessed it right, I used subplot command to plot two graphs in the same window. Let us see how. Yes, so you know the function of clear all, CLF. I have mentioned all these points over here. So the fourth line is t is equal to 0 to 20 in the steps of 0.1. So we have taken an array from 0 to 20. So your x-axis, you can call it as x is equal to 0 to 20 in the steps of 0.1, or you can give it any name. Okay, so t is equal to 0 to 20 in the steps of 0.1. Okay, then my actual function, which is ramp signal, can be represented as y is equal to t. You know that you will get straight line starting from origin if your x is equal to y, right? You can get a straight line starting from origin if your function, your x is equal to y, x axis content is equal to y axis content. So here x axis is t, so y is equal to t. You will get a ramp function. That straight line passing through origin is nothing but the ramp signal. Okay, so this is the thing. Then subplot, You know that we can use subplot command to plot more than one figure or more than one plots in a one window. So what is the meaning of subplot 1 comma 2? You know that 1 means row, means first argument is 1, means one row, and 2 column. 1 row and 2 column means you can plot two graphs over here. Okay, first place is here, second place is here, so you have created two places. So out of these two places, this third argument represents first location. So whatever you will write after this subplot command will be placed in the first location. So what we have written after it? We have written plot t comma y. So we have plotted this. T means what is on x-axis and y is your function t. So you will get the plot on first location, and after the plot you can also give the title to the graph. How you can give the title to the graph? Just by using the command title into bracket ramp signal continuous. Okay, so whatever you can write it in a single inverted comma will be placed over there. You can give any message, but here I have written as in the single inverted comma ramp signal continuous. So it is ramp signal, and as we have used plot command, it will give me continuous plot. Then just see on this subplot 1 comma 2 comma 2, it means that out of this two location, on the second location I have to plot the next graph. So what is on the next graph? I have written stem of t comma y. So you know that stem gives you the plot, but the plot is discrete. Okay, so inside your stem, first argument is t, means what is on x-axis, and y is nothing but your function t, and it will be on y-axis. So instead of y you can give any other thing. Okay, so only the thing you have to remember is inside plot you have to mention what is on x-axis and what is on y-axis. That's it. Okay, then you can also give the title to that, title into bracket single inverted comma ramp signal discrete. So let me run it. So you can see over here title is there here, and you have split your window in the two spaces. Yes, and first is continuous graph and second is discrete plot. In the same way you can plot many other signals. I have created some signals, so I will just open them. I will not explain much, otherwise the video will be too long. So I can also do it for parabolic signal. You know that a parabolic signal how it looks like. In the same way you can just do it. Let me run that thing. So this is the parabolic signal. You know this parabolic signal. So first is continuous plot and second is discrete plot. And you know that what is the formula for parabolic signal? Y is equal to t square, or y is equal to x square is nothing but a formula for your parabolic plot. So that function y is equal to t square is written like this: t dot and caret 2. So in this way you can just mention your function and you can just copy the rest of the thing. I have just edited this parabolic or parabola signal continuous, parabola signal discrete. Rest of the things are just same. Okay, accordingly you can do that. Let me see which function I have created. Yes, impulse function. You know that how your impulse signal looks. Impulse is you know that impulse signal gives output only at one point. Okay, it will give you only at output at only one point. So it is nothing but an impulse function, and you can get this impulse function by just using this command. Rest of the things are just same. Y is equal to t is double equal to 0 means your function is only there when your t is 0. So let me run it, then you can understand it. Okay, so let me click on it. So you can see over here that this is my impulse signal which is giving me the output only at 0 point, and second graph is my impulse signal, which is discrete, which is also giving me output at 0, but it is taking points, all the taking the points which I have mentioned in T array. So the T array that I have defined earlier, it is taking that much of reading and it is showing me. And continuous plot is taking readings from all the points, okay, regardless of steps that I have mentioned, it is taking the reading for all the points. You know the basic difference between continuous and discrete, you can just go through it. So it is giving me the output only at 0. So in this way you can just define your impulse function as y is equal to t double equal to 0. So your function is there only at t equal to 0. Okay, so this is the function for your impulse function. Rest of the statements are just similar, you can just go through it. So ramp, parabola, impulse function I have mentioned. Okay. Yes, exponential function. Okay, so exponential function can be just given by y is equal to exp of t. Exp of t means e raised to t, and t vector, you know that we have mentioned here is t starts from 0 to 10 in the steps of 0.1. You can give any vector. Okay, so your just function is y is equal to exp of t or e raised to t. So it will plot y is equal to e raised to t. Okay, so it will show, so the plot command, and this is discrete plot command. Okay, so let me run it so that you can easily understand it. Just let me click on it. Yes, so the output is exponential signal with continuous output. So this is the continuous output for e raised to t, and this is discrete output. It is taking the reading like this for each point, and it is taking the plot. Okay, so this is for continuous and this is for discrete. So instead of e raised to t, you can take e raised to t by 2, e raised to t square, e raised to what not. Okay, so accordingly you can make the change. Okay, you can change your exponential function. Okay, so one last thing is how you can plot a circle in MATLAB. So you know that your circle has got, if you draw the circle like this, and you know that these 2 points are nothing but the or the length of these 2 points is nothing but a radius. You know that your any point over here is nothing but the radius. So okay, so let us see how to plot the circle. So okay, you know the use of CLC, it will clear the command window, CLF will clear the figure window, and you are mentioning the radius as 5. Okay, so now we are plotting the circle of radius 5. So first of all, it is better to show you the result. So let me run it. Okay, so let me click on it. So here after doing this program, I will get a circle of radius 5. Okay, so you can see over here, it is a radius 5. So it is circle of radius 5. So let us see how you can do it. So CLC, CLF, you are taking the radius as 5. You are mentioning your t vector as t starts from 1 to 10. Okay, why 1 to 10? Because if your radius is 5, then overall diameter is 10. So I am starting from 1 to 10. You can take any other value also, but make sure that it should be more or equal to the diameter of your circle. Okay, so here the radius is 5, then diameter is 10, then this vector, or what you can say, the array t should be equal to or greater than the diameter of your circle. Then what is this? X is equal to r cos t and y is equal to r sin t. You know that if you take your circle and if you take any point over here, then you can split in x axis and y axis. So you know that x component of your this line is r cos t and y component can be written as r sin t. Okay, so x component is r cos t and y component is r sin t. So this is what we want while plotting, because while plotting you need to know what is on x axis and what is on y axis. So x coefficient of your circle is nothing but r cos t and y coefficient is r sin t. So just we have defined the x and y component, and you can just write it in the plot command. So plot x comma y, it will show you or it will give you the plot of circle. Okay, so you can do it. You can give color to your any color to your plot. You can just do many fancy things on it, but like this, if I want let us see, yeah, it is giving me the output in terms of this into sign. You can just change the color, you can do many things on it. So I have mentioned the site to you, tutorial point MATLAB. So you can just go on through it, and they have mentioned so many simple examples on MATLAB. Just go through it, do it on your mobile, and you are just ready for the Viva. Thank you for listening to it.